NAVA acknowledges the Gadigal and Wangal peoples as the traditional custodians of the land on which this was filmed, and pays respect to First Nations communities, ancestors and elders.
My name is Shivanjani Lal. I'm an artist. I came to art through photography and film and video, and those are things that are still central to my practice. I'm quite interested in materiality, and those things come out through like my material engagement with like turmeric and marcy and sculpture and installations. But also I'm interested in stories, and I think like film is a really wonderful medium to enable that.
What has been a turning point in your career?
A huge turning point for me was at the end, like in 2019, I got the New South Wales Visual Arts Emerging Fellowship. The year before, I remember being at a place in my practice where I just didn't know anymore. Like I just was like, oh, I don't know if something doesn't move forwards, I don't know if I can keep going. And then I got into the fellowship, and it was like a real like, oh, okay, maybe this is something that I can keep going with. But I remember when it finally went up, I just felt so excited and fizzy, and it reminded me of the potential of my capacity, and receiving that opportunity was so beautiful. It felt like sort of being acknowledged by my peers, and I hadn't realised how much that would mean to me and how much it sort of kept me going.
What is the most pressing issue for you as an artist right now?
I'm really thinking about how I have aging parents and like my responsibilities towards them. That's really prescient on my mind. But I'm also thinking about like the rug felt really pulled under us from what Creative Australia did earlier this year with Khalid Subsabi, and I remember it being such a joyful occasion when he received the opportunity. And I grew up in Western Sydney, and I really look up to Khalid, and so when it got rescinded, it just felt like, has the door closed on a whole bunch of things that I wanted? Or I'm not a represented artist, so grants and these sorts of fellowships and other things are the things that allow me to sort of sustain a practice and to maintain like a career. And if those things are not judged like impartially, I don't know how to move forwards. It makes it really tricky. So those are, I think, are the two things really prescient on my mind.
What is something you wish you knew when you were starting out as an artist?
When I was younger, I always thought I didn't have enough time. And like, I think, you know, there are awards that are like, if like the minute you turn 30, you're no longer allowed to apply and all of this stuff. So I was really conscious of that. But now I feel like my relationship to not having time is more like, oh, I do have time. I can reapply for things. I can extend the timeline of something. I think also like I've changed the shape of production for me. Like I'm not producing from exhibition to exhibition anymore. I have work that I am making and then things that are ready for exhibition, and those aren't the same. For me, changing the shape of that has allowed me greater flexibility. It also helps that I have like more of a back catalogue, so things can live their best life out in the world and I can still be like making new things but at a slower, less rushed pace.
How has NAVA's code of practice been useful to your work as an artist?
It's, you know, it's helped enormously. Like I feel like one of the first opportunities I got from NAVA was the Carstairs Award, and but also like I think the code of practice has enabled me to pay collaborators appropriately whenever I've been in an arts worker role, with whether it's like in other spaces. I've always sort of been able to advocate to make sure other artists have also been paid properly. And so it's been really important to me to make sure that like I think about things in relationship to a living wage, and also like to not think like to think more holistically. And so having that foundation and like that guideline has been great. Like it's been wonderful.
What brings you joy in your work?
Like there are these moments where the work starts revealing things to you or like reminding you of things. I was in the I'm in the Sharjah Biennial right now, and I made a new film, and this really beautiful thing happened where it felt like this film was revealing parts of me that I had set aside but are now bringing into it. Yeah, while you're in process is really lovely, and then also like I had this really lovely moment where I was showing the film to my dad, and my mum started singing along to the work. I think that like this sort of smaller moments, it's kind of interesting that this has another life.